Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing my everyday makeup drawer for May. I did skip April. Several of you have been messaging me asking if this video was coming back, and of course I love these videos. I don't plan to stop the everyday makeup drawer videos. I just skipped last month with Sephora sale going on. I had a lot of content for that. So we're starting again this month, and if you're not familiar with these videos, basically I keep some products here in my desk in my everyday makeup drawer. Those are kind of the products I use day to day for the month. And then at the beginning of the next month, we switch up the products. And then at the end of the video, after we've picked our new products, we use them and do our makeup together. So that is the everyday makeup drawer, and that is what we are doing today. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty content here on my channel. I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into the video. We'll start with last month's products, and then we'll pick out new ones, and then we'll do our makeup together at the end. Okay, so here are all the products I've had in for almost 6 weeks now. It's been a while. I skipped the month of April for this video with the Sephora sale and all those videos. I just figured I would just skip that month and move on again in May. So here we are. It's time to switch these products up, and I'm definitely in the mood to do that. I feel like I've been staring at these same things for a really long time, and I'm kind of over it at this point. So I'm excited to get rid of this, or not get rid of it, but to put this stuff away and get a fresh new group of products. In terms of the things that I loved the most out of this drawer, let's see, definitely not a surprise if you watch my videos. I've talked about this before, but I love this Jane Iredale powder foundation. I've been back on this lately. I need to do an updated video kind of showing how I use this, but I kind of utilize this in like my go-to 10-minute makeup routine. So I've definitely been utilizing this again. I tend to do this around this time of year when the weather starts getting warmer. I don't know. Sometimes I just think powder foundation is quick, it's easy, it kind of mattifies the skin when it's hot. I don't know. I've really been loving that though. So that is definitely a standout. Still absolutely loving this. I've talked about this a few times, but Fenty Invisimatte, I can't tell you in the last 6 weeks how many times I've picked this up and just like finished my face or minimized shine somewhere throughout the day. I've reached for this thing all the time, and I feel like this is just one of those products everybody should have. It's really good. So I loved that as well. Most used eyeliner, Makeup by Mario, the Master Pro eyeliner. I've been talking about this a lot too, but do you see how small this has gotten? It's the shade Taupe, and I am reaching for this pretty much daily unless I'm not doing any eyeliner, but loving that. I've got Naughty Talk in here. Still been using and loving this from Charlotte Tilbury. I did use this quite a few times. The Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. I again like to pull this out again around this time of year because it's so thin and lightweight, and it's just a really nice, barely there kind of base product, especially for the hotter weather. So loving that. I do have some sad news that I was going to tell you guys. This sunscreen, if you've been here for a while, you'll probably remember this used to be my favorite SPF. The Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella. Now, every time I use this, my products pill. And I was thinking it was something in my skincare routine that was doing it, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's this SPF, because when I started using a different SPF, the Tatcha one, the pilling has gone away. And I used to use this all the time, and I never had an issue, but since I ordered these new ones, so unfortunately I ordered like 3 of these, and I ordered them from TikTok Shop. So I'm not sure if this is the American version that I have, and maybe that's why it's pilling. It does say made in Korea on the back. I'm not sure if the American one says made in the USA. I'm not sure. I definitely never had pilling before with this sunscreen, and now I am. So I don't know. Makes me sad though, because this used to be my favorite. So if you have experience with this, please let me know. I feel like maybe it's a formula thing with this particular one, but I don't know. But I'm sad about that because that's one of my favorites. Definitely out of all the concealers in here, The one I've used and enjoyed the most is definitely the Patrick Ta concealer. I still think this is a great lightweight, medium coverage, really beautiful natural concealer. I have a few shades. That's definitely the one I've used the most. I haven't really loved any of these other concealers I've had in, like my Chanel. It's okay, but I'm not in love with it. I don't know why. This one I actually didn't use hardly at all, this Dior Backstage. So I can't really say about that. The Essence, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I'm still trying to figure out why, but sometimes I feel like this looks kind of dry under the eyes. Other times I feel like it doesn't. So I'm still unsure on that. Morphe Corrector, okay, but not a favorite. I do still really enjoy the e.l.f. Soft Glam Corrector, the pink one. So yeah, those are kind of the things that stand out to me, but let's go ahead, take all this stuff out and we'll put it away, and then we'll get to the fun part, which is picking some new products. All right, let's pick some new makeup. I am very ready to do this. So let's start with primers, which are over here. So I had my MAC one in last time. I love that one. So we won't use that this time. I have this NYX face glue. Maybe we'll put this in. I have used this here and there, and I actually kind of like this primer. It's such an interesting concept, but it actually worked pretty well the times I've used it, but it's been a little while, so I think we might put that in. And then I think I might do one of these little mini Say Glowy Super Gels. In fact, let's do two of them. So I have Rose Glow, which is more rose gold, and then I have Sun Glow, which is like a bronze. Typically use that if I'm trying to darken something. I'll like mix this in with it. So I think we'll do one of each just because I don't know if I'm going to self-tan or not in the next week or so. And if I am, then this is kind of a nice thing to have in Sun Glow. So I think that'll be it for primer. Now for face products. So many things I want to use. This happens to me every time, I swear. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to put in is this from Naked Sundays, the Beauty Secret Mineral Peptide Foundation Tint. So I've used this a few times on myself, but I don't think I've ever shown this in a video. This is actually a beautiful product. It's basically, it is a foundation. It's not really a skin tint. It has quite a bit of pigment and coverage to it, but it's really nice. This shade is a tad bit dark for me, but I think it's a good self-tan shade. So we may not use it if we don't end up self-tanning, but I think it might be okay if I do. So I'm going to put this in. Honestly, I think this runs kind of dark because I think this is supposed to be light with neutral undertones. It's definitely on the neutral side, but much darker than a light skin tones. God, there's so many things. Okay, this is also new, the Laura Mercier Tinted Blur Balm. So I've worn this a few times and this is absolutely beautiful. It honestly shocked me. I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I do, but this is so beautiful on the skin. It actually does kind of smooth the skin, kind of like an airbrush effect, but it's not extremely matte. It is matte, but it's like a soft matte. It wore beautifully on me. I honestly was shocked by this. I kind of want to play with it some more, so I think we'll put that in. We've got the new Estee Lauder Double Wear, which technically we could mix maybe with the Naked Sundays to lighten it a little bit. And that's also still pretty new to me, so I think we'll put that in. And then let's see, maybe one more. Let's do Maybelline Plump and Glow. I would like to get some more use out of this one. This is definitely one I don't feel like I feel 100% certain about how I feel on it. So let's put that in as well. And you know what? Maybe I should also put my House Labs white foundation in just in case I need to mix this with something. So I think we'll do that as well. And that should be it for foundations and skin tints. All right, for Corrector, I just got these from RMS. I think we'll put these in. These are the Refresh eye brighteners. I filmed a short video on these you might have seen already, but these are a really nice formula. I like these a lot. They do have SPF 30 in them. I have the light shade and the medium shade. I really like to mix them, honestly. I can wear the medium on its own and it's okay. It's a little bit dark. The light on its own is too light for me, so I typically either mix or I just do the medium. But I'm gonna put those in and play with them some more. I think I'm actually gonna do my Caliray correctors. I have a medium one and a lighter one. I like using both, so I think I will stick those in as well. And that's probably it for Corrector. Oh, I'm actually gonna put the Natasha Denona brightener in as well, so I can use that a bit more. Okay, we're gonna do the new Ilia concealer. I wanna play with this some more. I'm also gonna do the About Face Skin Focused Concealer. I really like this. I haven't used it in a little while though, so I wanna use that again. And let's see, what else can I use? Maybe the Prada concealer. I honestly kind of want to use this again because I might declutter this. The times I've used it, I haven't been the biggest fan of it. Maybe I could try mixing it with something, see if that makes a difference. I don't know, but I'd like to use that some more and see if my feelings have changed on it at all. And then maybe this also, because I'm uncertain on this one too, the Maybelline Lifter Concealer. I don't think I love this, but I feel like I need to use it a little bit more. At the times I've used it, it is very, very thick and heavy. Honestly, kind of similar to like the L'Oreal, what is that concealer? The Full Wear Concealer. It kind of reminds me of that one. I'm not a fan of that one either. So yeah, I might put this in. I actually have two shades. I think I'll do both and we'll see what we think about that, but I don't think it's going to be a favorite for me. So that should be good for this drawer. Let's move into blush, bronzer, powder, and highlighter. So blushes have already exploded out of their designated area, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So that's not the best, but that's not what this video is about. So let's pick blush first. Usually I start over there, but let's switch it up and we'll do this first. So many that I really want to use. I think I'm going to put this Morphe blush trio in After Party. If you haven't tried these are very, very impressive. I am shocked that I like this as much as I do. So you get a regular cream, like a metallic cream, and then a powder, but these are really nice. I'm gonna put that one in for an option. We've got some Hourglass. Maybe I should put, let's do Mood Exposure from Hourglass. I haven't used that one in a while. I think I'm gonna put this in because I just can't get enough and I don't wanna be without my Swoon from Kosas. So we're gonna do that, even though I've been using that one a ton. Let's do, I don't think I even showed you guys these. I got a few new shades of the Glow Play blushes, like this one. This is Plush Pepper, which is like a really nice berry tone. And then let's see, I also have True Harmony. True Harmony I kind of like as more of a bronzer, not necessarily like a traditional blush because it turns pretty warm on my skin tone. But I think we might put that in. And then I also got Totally Synced, which is the really bright pinky color. I don't want to put those in, so I think we will. Let's do Charlotte Tilbury Rose Glow or Rosy Glow. I got this during the Sephora sale. And let's see, maybe one more. Let's do Sarah Kiehl. I'm still kind of unsure about this one too. If you saw the video where I tried this, something weird goes on with this formula. It like balls up or pills up for some reason. And I thought it was just this color, but then I've seen a few people since I filmed that video saying that theirs did the same thing and they have different shades than me. So I'm gonna use that some more and try to figure that out. We'll stick with those for blushes. Now for bronzer, we have lots of things, lots of new things. Let's do this powder bronzer from Basma. So I don't think I ever showed this either. I got this a few weeks ago and I've only used it once. So I really don't have any thoughts on it, but I want to test it some more. So let's put that in. I think I'm gonna do this About Face cream bronzer. I don't think I've shown this on YouTube either. This is such a nice formula. The Beach Freak bronzer in the shade Tan Lines. Really, really nice, neutral, slightly cool leaning cream bronzer. No one really talks about that one. It's really pretty though. Let's do the Dior Bronze Stick. This is shade 3. I got this during the Sephora sale as well. So we'll do that. And then maybe like this. This is the Gucci bronzer. This one definitely gets neglected in my collection. So I think we might do that. I think we'll stick with that for bronzer. All right, finally, we're over here for powders. I think I'll do both my Cloud Set powders. I just bought a new one of the like skin tone shade in Breezy, and then I have the pink one. I'm gonna put both of those in, and let's see what else. I wanna do a powder foundation because I've been really into powders lately. I was gonna do Jane Iredale, but maybe we'll do MAC instead just to switch it up. Well, I guess we could do Kosas since we're doing the Cloud Sets. Okay, and then I think that's it for powders. Finally, highlighter. I think we'll do this. I got this in PR from Kosas, and I've used it a few times. I'm still kind of uncertain about this one. So I think we might do that, and maybe I'll stick in another random highlighter. This is Westman Atelier in Nectar. It's like a peachy pink. It's really pretty. I think that's it for this drawer. Last drawer, let's do, look at my lip liners already out of control. Telling you, it's just a problem. Okay, let's do eyeshadow palette first. I just have not been that into palettes. I'm into singles right now. Maybe we'll do a little mini this time. This is the Hourglass mini. In fact, I have 2 of these. I have the Minimalist and the Realist. Is that right? Yeah, this is the Minimalist. It's all matte, more like cool tones. And then this one's more neutral. It's the Realist. They're both really pretty though. I like them. So those I guess we'll put in this time. And that may be it, honestly. I haven't been into palettes lately. I don't know. I'm just not in a palette phase. So I think we'll just do that this time and maybe some single shadows. I had my Lisa Eldridge shadows in last time, the matte ones. This time I'm gonna do all of my MAC multi-sculpts because I'm having a moment with these right now. I love them. So I'm gonna put all of those in, and then I think I might put the liquid Lurex I'm not sure, from Lisa Eldridge and Emily. That could be like a pretty topper maybe. And let's see, do I want anything else? Maybe I'll do All That Glitters from MAC again, since we have a bunch of MAC shadows in there. Let's do MAC Painterly as well, just for a primer. And then for the brows, okay, I'm gonna do Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. And then, okay, I'm gonna put both of these in. So I have the NYX Powder Louder pencil, which I've used for a long time now, but I recently got the Anastasia Perfect Brow Pencil, and I want to really use both of these and figure out if the ABH is really better than the NYX one. I think they're slightly different from what I remember about the NYX one. I have been loving this one from Anastasia, so I'm gonna do those two for brows, and let's see, for mascara. Okay, we're gonna do Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash in the brown color. We're gonna do Milani Lash Extensions XL. That one is brand new. I'm still kind of playing around with it. And then we'll do Caliray Come Hell or High Water. For liner back here, I think we'll do Bronze, which is the new one I got from Makeup by Mario. And then I'm gonna put Taupe back in because that's just like my go-to right now. I guess we'll do Lisa Eldridge Burnt Umber as well, just to have another option. And then finally for lips. Okay, I don't know why my lip drawer is looking, or I should say my lip liners are looking crazy already, but okay, let's do Wonder Skin Contour Lip Liner in the shade Saddle. I talked about this a few months ago. I randomly discovered this color on TikTok. It is such a good contouring color, but also really similar to my natural lip color. It's so good. I forgot about it and I found it in my purse a few days ago. And I brought it back in here because it had clearly gotten lost in my purse. So we're gonna put that in. Let's do Hung Van Gogh in Fill It In. Love that one. We'll do our Kulfi liners. I have two of them. So there it is. So I have Platonic and Chori Chori. These are the lip staining ones. And I do really like those. So we're gonna do that. That is an eyeliner, so that should not be in here. Oh, I think we're gonna do these Versed lip frame lip definers. Gosh, these are so good. Every time I use these, I can't believe how good they are. We're gonna put all of those in. Maybe Mario Smoky Pink. And okay, one more and then that's it. I'm gonna do Whirlin, the MAC Lip Glazer. All right, so that's it for liners. All right, for other lip products, we're gonna do this Versed Tinted Lip Serum. I got this in PR, I haven't really used it, so I wanna use that. We're gonna do Rhode Salty Tan. This Kosas, I forget the name of these, and it's not on here, but this is the shade Unbuttoned. It's like one of their more hydrating, balmy type of lip products. I'm gonna put that in. Oh, I'm gonna put the new Charlotte lip blush in Pillow Talk Medium. Maybe Rose Glow from Makeup by Mario. And then I just got this Be My Bridesmaid from MAC. I'm gonna put that in, and maybe we'll do Hug Me from MAC too. I'm gonna do this Milk Gloss, I think. I'm gonna do a Maybelline gloss, but I'm gonna do a different color. This is like the light pink one. And then maybe a Hung Van Gogh gloss. This is Worth Every Penny. And I think that's it. So that's everything. I'm gonna pick everything up and then we'll organize it back in my drawer. Okay, so I got everything put away in here. I also switched up my organizers here. I have so many different acrylic organizers that I've used over the years. Every now and then I get a wild hair and I want to like switch out the organizer. So that's what I did today. I was just kind of over the other ones. So these are all new, or they're not new. They're just things I haven't used in a while. But I have foundations and skin tints here, powder and concealer here, blushes, all of my sunscreens, just like skincare stuff. I just have my brow pencil and my brow gel in here right now. I have bronzers and highlighter here, all my lip products and eye products here, and then I just put that MAC powder foundation back there because it wouldn't fit over here. And that is the setup for this month. So let's go ahead and do our makeup using some of these new products. All right, let's do some makeup. Starting with SPF, I'm gonna switch it up today and do the Kiehl's one. I'm almost out of this one anyway, so I need to use it up. This one is good. I just prefer the finish of the Tatcha one. It's just a little bit less thick and a little bit less glowy. It's more of like a natural finish. I don't mind a glowy SPF, but sometimes I don't want something that makes me look like a Tin Man. Especially if I'm gonna put on glowier base products, then it just kind of ends up being too much. All right, let's move into makeup. So I think today I'm gonna use this. This is the Laura Mercier Tinted Blur Balm. So I've used this on my own, but I haven't shown it yet in a YouTube video. I did post about it on my Instagram stories the other day, but this honestly kind of blew me away. I'm gonna use a 115 from BK Beauty. So because this is a cream, it's in a compact, you kind of need something dense to pick it up. If you use something really fluffy, you're not going to get anything from this. So you need to use something that's pretty dense. And I have the shade number 1, which is actually a really good match for me if I don't have like self-tan on or anything, or if I don't have much sun or anything like that. My natural skin color is definitely shade 1. I think it might run a little bit dark too, because I think shade 2 is the one that says it's like light with neutral undertones, but that one looked pretty dark to me to be considered light. So that's why I went with shade 1. So basically you just kind of pick it up and press it in, and the coverage is actually pretty good. I would say like definitely light medium right away. You definitely get more than light coverage right away, which is not what I was thinking. I thought you were gonna get like hardly any coverage at all from this. It's matte, but it's not like what I thought. I thought this was gonna be only for oily skin. It's really not though, because it's more of a soft matte finish, and it wore really well on me. The other day when I wore this, I wore it for like, I guess it was about 8 hours, and it wore really well. The one thing I keep seeing about this, and it's definitely true, is you don't get a lot of product in here, and you do kind of have to go in quite a few times to cover your whole face. So I feel like, unfortunately, you would probably go through this really quickly. So that's something to definitely point out, because it's not a cheap product. I think it's like 40 something dollars, but it looks gorgeous on the skin. It really does. I was also noticing on the back, it says it's made in Korea. So yeah, I'm not surprised that it's good, because we know about Korean makeup and skincare. Typically really nice, really high quality. It's a really nice base if you want to use concealer on top to add coverage where you need it, or like a powder foundation on top. It's a really good base. It also feels like nothing on the skin, and it looks like nothing. It doesn't look heavy. It looks like your skin, but just slightly more even, more perfected. Let's move into Corrector under the eyes. I'm going to use Caliray in the shade Cool Sunrise. So this is the darker shade that I have. I also have the shade Radiant, but that one's much closer to my skin tone. It doesn't correct as well as Cool Sunrise does. And just pressing that in. I'm using an old Smashbox brush. I'm using the blurring concealer brush, which I'm not sure you can even get Smashbox brushes anymore. I feel like they quit making them, because you used to see them sometimes, and now I never do, so I'm not sure. I do like this one though for the under eyes. You see how well it's balancing that discoloration I have under my eyes. And this isn't even a full coverage corrector. It's very light, but it still does a really nice job at neutralizing darkness if you get the color correct. For concealer, I'm going to use the Ilia. This is the Skin Blur Serum Concealer. And I'm going to apply this on my face to get a little bit more coverage. I've never paired this concealer with the Blur Balm before, so Hopefully they mix well together. I feel like they should because this Ilia concealer is kind of a similar soft matte finish. It looks like this concealer is blending in really nicely with that Blur Balm too. Moving on to bronzer, we're going to use this one from About Face. This is the Beach Freak bronzer. I have used this on myself, but I'm pretty sure I haven't shown it yet in a video. It's a really, really fair color, but what I love about this is, do you see how neutral the undertone is? Very hard to find in cream bronzer. This is really, really neutral. So I want to show you this. And no one really talks about this formula. It is very, very balmy and glowy. So, you know, if you're not into that, you probably wouldn't love this formula. However, I'm wondering if this is going to mix well with this base that we have, since those two complexion products are a little bit more on the matte side. This is a little bit more glowy, so they should kind of balance each other out a little bit. But that's the color there. Do you see how natural it looks and how neutral? I love this. So if you are a fair skin tone, lighter than me, or even just like a little bit, well, I was gonna say if you're a little bit darker than me, you could probably use this shade. I think it would probably be slightly too light on somebody much darker than me, but there's a bunch of shades in this formula and the formula is gorgeous. So definitely recommend this one. No one really talks about it. It just melts into the skin. I love how creamy and buttery this formula is. Definitely really, really nice. Let's move into some blush. I think I want to use this one today. Again, very glowy. Honestly, kind of similar formula-wise to the About Face bronzer, but I don't think I've used this yet in a YouTube video. So let's use this from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick in the shade Rose Glow. I'm going to go in with that same brush, which is a 109 from BK Beauty. Which actually, I just thought of this. I think BK Beauty's Mother's Day sale is going on right now. So if you want any BK Beauty brushes, now would be a good time to try them or stock up on some of your favorites. I haven't really talked about it at all, but I'm pretty sure it's going on right now. I'm kind of going a little bit overboard with the blush because we're going to go in with concealer under the eyes and that will really tone it down. But how pretty is this pink? All right, let's go in with concealer under the eyes now. I'm using the Ilia again, and this is the shade 7. I don't know if I said that. It's one of the cooler shades, and I'm glad I went with a cool shade because I do think not all the neutral shades, but a lot of the neutral shades in this concealer do run more warm yellow. So if you are around my undertone and we typically are shade twins, I might go with a cool shade in this concealer, just so you know. And blending that in with the N14 from BK Beauty and Nikki LaRose. Love this brush for concealer. I kind of go back and forth between this one and the A506, but I love them both. All right, let's go in with some powder now. This base though is looking really good. Like all of these products we've applied so far, I don't know what it is, but it looks really flawless on my skin. I love it when that happens. I've never paired any of these things together before, so it's always kind of a toss-up. But let's use some powder. I'm going to use this one from Kosas in Translucent Candy. I'm going to use my 108 brush from BK Beauty for this, and I'm going to set the T-zone. I will say the one thing about this Kosas powder is this component is so large. It's like bulky large, but I did just see they released it in a new mini size that's a lot more friendly for travel and just like storage in general. So if If you want this powder, I would suggest getting the little mini one because the full-size one is really bulky. I'm going to use a little bit of this powder bronzer from Basma. I will say this is so tiny. I was kind of taken aback when I opened mine. I don't know why online it looks so much bigger than it actually is. So just be aware this bronzer is very, very tiny. And I'm going to use this with a number 5 brush from Corrector. And I'm just going to kind of set just very lightly that About Face cream bronzer. This is a really nice neutral tone bronzer also. So the colors go really well together. And I'm going to do a little bit of Hourglass powder blush in Mood Exposure. And I'm using the CL Flush Brush, of course, my favorite for powder blush. All right, let's move into the brows. I think we're going to use the NYX Powder Louder pencil today. I was going to use the Anastasia one that I showed you, but when I was moving everything over to organize back in my drawer, the pencil rolled back behind this piece of furniture back here where I keep my makeup, and I can't get it out. So it's stuck back there. So I'm going to have to try to find some way to get behind there, but it's going to be kind of hard to do because that piece of furniture is attached to the wall. So I can't just like move it and get behind there. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's see, this one from NYX is the shade Hash Brown. It's definitely very, very similar to the Anastasia one. The only thing is, I think the Anastasia one is even like more natural looking than this one. I think the pigment is a little bit less, but I've been liking these kind of pencils because it makes it look like I used a brow powder, even though I didn't. Still gives that really feathered, like soft, natural look. And setting them in place with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Best brow gel on the market, in my opinion. For the eyes, we're going to use some of these MAC Multi-Sculpts because, like I said earlier, I can't get enough of these. So I'm going to go in with Buffed Up, which is kind of a rosy, taupey pink. It's a really pretty color. And I'm just going to press and tap that in kind of all over. And I'm using the 206 from BK Beauty. How pretty is that color? I love it. I love this one. I know what I'm going to be buying myself for the Mother's Day sale from BK Beauty, and that is some more of these 206 brushes because I feel like I'm always searching for this one and I only have one. I have a few other brushes from other brands that are similar, but this is the one I like the most and I only have one. I'm saying this as my reminder when I finish filming this video that I need to order some. All right, now I'm gonna take Stone, which is like the classic MAC Stone color, and I'm gonna kind of put this in the outer half of the upper lash line. And I'm gonna take that same 206 and I'm just gonna kind of smudge it. So it'll kind of look like it's a little bit deeper, kind of close to the lash line. But I don't wanna bring the stone up too far because I kind of wanna keep that pinky color up here. But I wanna like darken this area down here just a little bit. Stone is also pretty on its own. If you apply it really lightly and then really blend it out, it's really pretty that way. I'm gonna take that same 206 now. I didn't add any product. I'm literally just taking whatever is on there and going on my lower lash line with this. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this Basma bronzer, and I'm gonna use a 202 from BK Beauty with this. And I'm gonna add this just kind of in the inner part of the eye right here that I always kind of forget. But I'm gonna kind of bring it here, like kind of over towards my nose. So I didn't really bring those MAC shadows too far in right here. And then I'm gonna take all that glitters from MAC and I'm gonna put that right in the center. I'm gonna take my Mario liner in taupe and I'm gonna do a little tiny wing with that. And then I'm also gonna apply that in the waterline. For mascara, I'm gonna use the highly rated Lash Extension XL from Milani in brown. So I just got this. I've only used this one time. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet. The time I used it, I mean, I liked it. It wasn't anything that like I was blown away by, but I'm gonna keep testing it. I do think I'm kind of in a tubing mascara phase now because I've tried a few in the last few weeks and I actually really liked them. So I don't know, I guess the Urban Decay tube job turned me into a tubing mascara person because I didn't really love them before. All right, finally for the lips, I think I'm gonna do this Wonder Skin liner I was talking about earlier. This is the 360 Contour Lip Liner and the color is just, oh, it's so good. This color is just, I don't know how to explain it. It's there, but it kind of isn't there. It doesn't look like overly obvious. It's a really good color for me. And these Wonder Skin liners, or this one, they last all day. They wear all day long. The wear is really, really good. All right, I think I'm gonna do maybe Charlotte Lip Tint in Pillow Talk Medium. And then maybe a little bit of gloss. We're gonna do the Hung Van Gogh in Worth Every Penny. All right, that is this month's everyday makeup drawer. Hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of you were asking me if I was gonna be doing this month since I skipped last month, so hope you enjoyed this. I'm not kidding when I tell you this base makeup, like it looks, I mean, I hate to use the word like perfect, but it looks impeccable. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the products, just all of them just kind of work. I don't know, but it looks perfect. It looks smooth, set, but not completely matte, but not too glowy. It's really perfect. So yeah, definitely a good group of products here. We did use quite a few newer things for the base. So the Ilia concealer and the Laura Mercier Tinted Balm, those two are like a match made in heaven. The dry down and just the overall finish, they just go well together. Cream bronzer and cream blush, so pretty. And even the eyes, I really like how they turned out too. I love this makeup. Hope you enjoyed the video. Everything that I used, I will link in the description box and in YouTube shopping as always. If you shop through my links, I do make a commission that supports my channel. So thank you so much for that. And make sure to follow me over on Instagram if you're not already. It's the same name at simply.blair and TikTok is simply.blair1. I think that's everything. I will see you again very soon. Remember, simply be you. Bye.